Welcome to NBA Pub Hub on Pub Sports Radio. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Salute. Oh, yeah, my fault. Hey, the NBA is a hell of a drug. Hey, and you looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. I'm about to repeat my motherfucking self.
Somebody loaded, dog.
Yeah, man. Hey, I spent an hour and 15 minutes in the motherfucking jacuzzi. It got me heavily motherfucking medicated. But yeah, it is Tombstone Tuesday, and it's only right. We got Billy the motherfucking kid in the building. How we feeling, my man?
I'm feeling good, man. It was a very emotional UFC weekend. So, once in a blue moon, it feels good to be back in the NBA streets. I usually don't say that too often, but I need some basketball in my life.
Yeah, man. Always need a little association in the motherfucking life. Shout out to our guy LJ from H-Town. I see you, Cheshire Cat. H Snizzle, Mr. Bless him. Good to see all the real ones holding us down in the chat. Bo Jackson, I see you, my man. Let's go from the east to the motherfucking west. Mr. La La Land. Mr. I don't give a shit. How we doing, Daryl?
I can't call it, man. It's been a good weekend. Little robbery in the UFC, wasn't it, Billy? I saw that happening, man, with that Patty fight. But
robbery. Only if you were.
Don't get him going, Daryl. Come on,
you weren't on the right side. We was on
right.
The good side, man. Patty.
I hear you, man. Yeah, but for Tuesday, we've got a couple extra games that we normally have, and looks like some pretty good matchups. So it's I think this is a Tombstone Trap Tuesday, if you want to call it that. But I'm ready to talk some ball, man. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, man. You're right, Daryl. We usually got about a 3-piece on a motherfucking Tuesday. Fucked around and got a 5-piece tonight. So I do believe we will eat very good today. We will find a way to get to that motherfucking bag. Shout out to Winner Circle, Lucky Power, picks from Dave, leader of the Nerd Nation. I see you, my man. Everyone, if you would, at this time, hit the motherfucking like button, share the video. And if you're not subscribed to Pub Sports Radio, well, goddamn it, do it at this time. Shout out to, I believe, Boogie at the start of this motherfucker. He had become a member. We appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Salute to you, my guy. All right, let's get started. We're going to Philly, man. I'm hungry as a motherfucker right now. Cheesecake sounds pretty damn good. Sacramento coming into town. We got a line open at 4.5 right now. Total at 228.5. And we got 54% of the bets on the Philadelphia 76ers. 96% of the money, however, on the Sacramento Kings. Looks like Fox is questionable. Did go through shoot around. Most likely will play. Lynn is questionable, big old Alice Lynn. And then they are off a loss to the Knicks the other day. They do have the Raptors on deck. Philly been chilling at the crib. What are we doing with this game, Billy?
I think both teams are coming to this game pretty good form. The Kings are 15-7-1 ATS their last 23 road games, but the Sixers have been cooking at home. 9-0 ATS in their last 9 home games, and 10-4 ATS last 14 games overall. I would lean towards the Sixers winning this game in the over, but you could get better line depending on the Fox News. But I feel like Fox is probably going to be in. Line already changed 2 points. Sixers opened up at 5-point favorites. It's already down to 3. But more importantly, I think James Harden's the note in this one. He's been picking up a ton of usage lately since his return from injury. Last 3 games being back from injury, 38 minutes, 21 points, 47 minutes, 28 points, 38 minutes, 19 points, 16 assists in the last game versus the Kings, who are the fastest paced team in the league. I love the James Harden over 21.5 points in this one.
Yeah, man, I dig it. Fear the motherfucking beard tonight, huh? I dig it, my man. Daryl, what are we doing with this basketball game, my man?
Yeah, I'm going to hit them early, man. I did that already. I stepped on Sacramento first quarter plus 1.5. I did step on that just looking at a little bit of between the two teams. They're both averaging around the same amount of points right now. Over the last 5, Philly is 3-2 to the first quarter just straight up. And so is Sacramento. But something that I noticed with these 2 records really are Philly, as of late, have been playing teams that are now on the bottom tier of first quarter scoring. And that's Charlotte, that's Houston, even Cleveland, bottom tier. And Sacramento, also being 3-2, are playing teams that are easily in the top 8 in first quarter scoring. And right now, you still have Sacramento that's in first quarter for the season overall, they're averaging a hell of a lot more points than Philly. I think this game is going to kind of be a little sweat. We know Philly owns Sacramento. This will be the first time they played this year. And so we might have to have some kind of revenge or just some kind of statement made on Sacramento's side to get it done. I do like that De'Aaron Fox is going to play. That's why I stepped on this early, because this line is going to probably move a little more. But I am comfortable in thinking that Sacramento is just going to win this first quarter outright, considering the scoring that's going on in the first quarter. But I did step on Sacramento plus 1.5 first quarter.
I don't know, man. If BB played that whole entire first quarter, they start ringing the bell, Meek starts coming out, man. I don't know, man. I'll be a little bit cautious, man. Ringing the bell at home court.
They're coming off an embarrassing New York loss, man. A game that Indy or Sacramento probably shouldn't have lost. I just think it's a bounce back spot for them. You see that rhythm that they have. They win one, they lose one, they win one, they lose one, just as of late, So I'm comfortable enough to make the play, and I do believe De'Aaron Fox being in there is going to speed up that pace as well. You got big on big with Domas going up against Joel Embiid. And Philly is not really a fast starting team, if you look at their scoring. I mean, they're putting up around 21, 25 points or so, while Sacramento is still in that 30-point range. So I like Sacramento here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to some heavy hitters we got in the chat. Our guy Razor Sharp Picks, Dabby Cab, Sweaty Butcher. Yo, man. Appreciate everybody joining us. Yeah, man. I got to attend here. I tend to agree a little bit more here with Billy. Man, these motherfucking Philly boy, they've been at the crib for a week. They played 2 basketball games in the last week. Been chilling, posted the fuck up. And Sacramento's been traveling, man. This is the 4th game. They got to go to Customs tomorrow. They got to go. They got to go to Toronto. They got them on deck tomorrow. 4th game. You touched on a little game in New York the other night. I honestly think full game is good money, but I had to cut it in half here simply because I do not trust Philly full game. I'm not really. And our boy Billy touched on it. 9-0 ATS last night at the house, but as you've seen the other night against LA, they found a way to almost give that motherfucker away. So first half to me, I feel more comfortable, but I do lean Philly here at home as well. Full game. They won 7 straight meetings versus these boys. And the Kings 1-4 ATS last 5 in Philly, 1-5 straight up overall last 6 in Philly. And like I mentioned, man, you got a well-rested, chilling basketball team at the crib against the Sacramento team. They're bringing back in Fox, who missed a game, so he's going to be super ball dominant. Could throw off a little. I believe only missed 2 games at the most, but still. But I look at it as simply as Philly, man. These teams. I think Sacramento is a decent basketball team, but I do believe Philly is just simply better. You're going to give me 2.5 minus 115 first half. That's good money. I got to go to the window with that. Next game here. We got some good games on deck, as you mentioned. My guy Derl. We got the motherfucking Golden State Warriors going in to Milwaukee, man. We got the Milwaukee Bucks here. Let's see what we got. 4 points right now. 4-point favorite. A total at 233.5. We got 60% of the bets on the Milwaukee Bucks. 86% of the money on Milwaukee. On the Warriors side, we have no Wiggins, and they do have the Indiana Pacers tomorrow on deck. And then question mark here. Really, other than that, everyone's a go for the Warriors. On the other side, we got Drew Holiday coming in as a question mark. It looks like we got Middleton's going to play. All of a sudden, Drew's going to be questionable. I expect him to play basketball tonight. We got the Milwaukee Bucks here at home. What are we doing with this basketball game, Daryl?
Yeah, man. What has been the continuing theme here, especially with Golden State, is how bad they are away. They just can't seem to win these games away, man. 2-11 away. And that is something that's got to stick out for Milwaukee here. We know how well, as of last year, Milwaukee was doing in the first quarter and first half. That was an automatic bet if you were playing Milwaukee. Something that stuck out to me is this a game that you could just take Milwaukee, because Golden State really played a damn game against Boston and won that game. So is this now, are we in a position to where do we take Milwaukee just knowing how bad Golden State is, or do we look at how maybe that could have been a turnaround game for Golden State and they play more efficiently against Milwaukee? So I couldn't come to a conclusion on this game. Milwaukee is actually better in the first half away than they are at home. Better away than they are at home. And so it's not as automatic as you would want it to be, stemming from last year. But I've got to lean on Milwaukee here. It's just that I don't know what I had seen against Golden State and Boston, if that's going to be the same Golden State team that plays against Milwaukee. So for right now, you do have injuries that have set in on the Golden State side. Wait for this just to see what happens with these IRs. See if Drew Holiday plays as well. I think he's questionable. I don't know if he's been ruled in, but for right now, it's a no play for me. But I do lean Milwaukee first half full game.
My man, shout out to Melvin Davis, Elliot V in the motherfucking building. I see you, my guy. Mo Harris, I see you, my man. Billy, how you feeling about this basketball game, my man?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Warriors have been playing better basketball, 4-1 ATS last 5 games overall, but still struggling on the road. 3-10 ATS last 13 road games. But I remember that one game last week that they played against the Jazz, and they were down everybody. They look pretty good on the road with Jordan Poole leading under center. I expect the Bucks to come out sharp early, though, regardless of the Drew Holiday status. Coming off just an embarrassing loss against the Rockets, pretty much an emotional win for the Rockets, something with their head coach dying. But I like the Bucks first half, -1.5, -120. Seems like a good spot to fade the Warriors in the first half. Historically, the Warriors always come out in the third quarter and play well. Seems like a Bucks first half spot, but not too convicted on it, just a small play.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Spencer. Well, god damn it, I like that look an awful lot, Billy, because I'm on it. You got a better number than me. I'm on -2. I'm on -2, -110. Man, to me, this is just a perfect example. And I do like them full game as well. I really have the same feeling as this Philadelphia game, to be quite honest with you. But I do trust Milwaukee a little bit more first half. Have they been as money this year, first half, especially at home, as in recent past years? No. But I do like this situation here. Billy touched on it, losing to Houston. And then, I mean, you got Golden State feeling themselves. They just had a big basketball game. I do believe Wiggins not, being MIA is gonna come to, it's gonna be an issue here. And I expect Drew to play. I want him out there. But man, come on, man, you got a team that really does the business at the house, and you got a team on the road who's suspect as fuck. Our boy Derl touched on it. The 2-11 on the road, 3-10 against the number on the road. I mean, come the fuck on. We got to line the fuck up and fade these boys in a beautiful spot, I believe, for Milwaukee. And Milwaukee just handles business at the house. 12-3 straight up, 10-5 against the number, 8-3 straight up, last 11 versus the Western Conference. So I believe they'll be up for this basketball game. I like the first half a little bit more than the full game, and that's what I bet. I like the -2. If we get to 1.5, -120 is good money. Right now, let's go to the next motherfucking game on the card. What we got here? We got the motherfucking Bookless Suns with the Houston Rockets. We're going to Houston. We got 56% of the bets on the Suns and 62% of the money on the Phoenix Suns. As I mentioned, there will be no little Devin Booker, and they have lost 4 straight motherfucking basketball games. The Phoenix Suns have. That's right, 4 straight. I had to double take. I had to write that bitch down just so I didn't forget it. And that did make me look twice. Damn, 4 basketball games they lost, including a back-to-back loss to the Pelicans there, where Zion did all kinds of shit on them and, pretty much shitted on them. And then they went right back and did it again on a Sunday. So what we doing with this basketball game, Derl?
If I'm looking, Ram, Houston played Phoenix on the 2nd of this month. And Houston lost or won that game by 1 point. That line was Phoenix -12, bro. And now here we are coming again around the block, man, about 2 weeks later, and you got a 6.5 on this line right now. Houston's had some pretty credible wins. That beating Milwaukee, didn't think that would happen. Beat Philly, didn't think that would happen. You lose to San Antonio, you lose to Golden State. Man, I'm telling you right now, this is a tricky game. I think a lot of people are going to look at the line and probably jump on the Suns, but it's another game that Houston's going to either cover or at least win. I don't want to play this game at all because I don't like what I'm seeing in Phoenix. 4 L's in a row, you got to get up for one of these games. This was the NBA's best regular season record team last year, right? So something is going on with that squad, and that's got to change. You got a good coach. You don't have Devin Booker there. You do have dirty-ass CP3 still doing, all kind of hooks and elbows and stuff like that. I don't want to play this game. Right now, these guys seem all out of sorts, man. Until I start seeing them win again, I can't go around betting Houston. We just don't do that shit here, do we, right? So as of right now, no play for me on this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Houston comes out and beats them again. They're playing in Houston. They beat them in Phoenix. So we'll see what happens.
Razor says, "Why is the TV behind the couch, Daryl?"
Because it's about 3 in this room, man.
Come on, man. You got one on every wall, god damn it.
Yeah.
That's why, Razor. All right. Yeah, man. Let him know. Let this motherfucker know. Razor always got
Yeah,
something
I'm
to
not
say.
at my spot, man. There's another one over here, man. So this one, I can just watch a
Yeah,
different
that's where you
screen.
want
So
to
when
watch.
I'm on
That's
my
where you
chair.
want to be at, Razor. God damn it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Shout out. Yeah, I like it. This game, man. Yeah, I have really not too much on this game. Billy, you dabbing in this motherfucker?
Yeah, I think this is a Houston spot, man. The Suns have been struggling. 0-4 ATS last 4 games overall, and the Rockets are 5-0 ATS in their last 5 home games. I would rather play the over. I feel more convicted on that than anything. The over 6-2 in the last 8 games for the Suns, and 4-1 towards the over for the Rockets playing on 1 day's of rest. But I think attacking this game from a prop angle seems the most profitable route to go. Mikal Bridges has seen a shooting usage bump without Booker being on the floor. Last game versus the Pelicans, he went 5 for 13 from the 3-point range. For the season, he's shooting 42% from 3-point range. He's had 3 or more threes in 4 out of his last 6 games. So Bridges over 2.5 threes at plus 126 seems like good money. And Chris Paul gets a good matchup tonight. His points and assist total has been moving up all day, though. However, his double-double prop, though, is plus 100. I could definitely see Chris Paul getting a measly 12 points, 10 assists type night. Really good matchup for him. Double-double plus 100.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that. I like the Mikal Bridges look an awful lot. That's what came to mind. Without Booker, I like this dude in the corner. He got some solid games. So I expect for him usage to go up. And they really need him to do things too without having Cameron Johnson there as well. So I like that looking awful lot. But yeah, they ain't won a basketball game since CP3 went back. So I don't know what the fuck kind of vibes they got
What's
going
going
on.
on?
But yeah, they better switch it up quick. And it ain't gonna be any easier without their best player off the court. But Houston is a pretty good get right team. But yeah, man, I don't know how you could lay them type of points the way what we've been seeing with Phoenix of late. Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Nets Bets. I see you, my man. Yeah, the Celtics, man. We're gonna get to the motherfucking Celtics. We're gonna get to them, man. Started off so good yesterday with Brooklyn first half full game, and then the motherfucking Boston Celtic game happened. But let's go to Utah, man. I know nobody wants to go to motherfucking Utah. Well, goddamn, we're going tonight. All right. And the Pelicanos are in town. We got 60% of the bets on the Pelicans, 51% of the money on Utah. We got no BI. Obviously, it does look like Mr. Jones, Herbert Jones, is going to play basketball. And then we got on the other side of Utah, we got Utah coming off a loss at the house too. The Minnesota Timberwolves come in with the old boys and beat the ass, with Mr. Gobert, so Rudy Gobert. So we'll see what happens here. The Pelicanos come into town. Billy, what you like in this basketball game, my man?
Hard to fade the Pelicans right now. They're playing really good basketball. I get it, Utah. There's some line value on them at the +2, but I think it's Pelicans or nothing here. Zion's been smashing his over on his point prop of lately, covering 5 out of his last 6 games. The Jazz offer little to no rim protection, allowing the second most points in the paint. That's primarily a lot of where Zion points are coming from is inside the paint area. So his over 27.5 points at -115 seems like good money. And I lean towards the over in this game. 232.5 seems like a very high over under, but I have hard lean towards the over in this one, but I'm going to take Zion's points over and be safe.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Spencer. He told me that I believe it was on a live show on like last Friday when they played Phoenix, and he's like, "Man, you seen Zion? He been balling." I'm like, "Man, I really look at him like this motherfucker balling for real." Like, yeah. So shout out to Spencer. Shout out to Zion too, getting in shape and doing. We want to see all these cats be healthy and get the best out of their gift, their God-given gifts. And man, Zion's got an awful lot, so it's good to see my man, putting in the work. It's Derl. What you like in this basketball game, my man?
Yeah, I have to just say same thing Billy said, man. How can you fade a squad that's playing as good as they are right now? This line does scare me. I'm not going to cap here. This line really scares me. Utah beat them last game they played back in October, right? That line was New Orleans -9.
Yeah.
New Orleans -9. And now you get New Orleans -2. I think all of the public or the majority of the public is going to look at that and think it's an automatic play for New Orleans, considering that they beat the Phoenix Suns. One thing you got to really know about that New Orleans and Suns matchup was that was a really personal matchup for those two teams, specifically New Orleans. And if you listen to Zion's interview, he talked about being in the locker room with his boys, with his brothers, when they were sent home by Phoenix. So that 1 mil dunk, man, that was real personal. Now, do you use that same energy against Utah? I don't think it's the same type of urgency and sense of urgency to play against a Utah team versus a Phoenix team. That's a rivalry right there. So when I see a -2, man, I'm like, whoa, okay, that's very telling, because why is a team that's really hot right now just getting a -2? They had a day's rest. Yeah, you are playing in elevation, if you want to call it that. It's just like Denver. But for real, man, -2 would scare me. I do like the first quarter here. I'm going to make that an official play. I'm going to play that as soon as the show is over. I believe it's going to be probably -0.5 here. Utah or New Orleans is a better shooting team in the first quarter, better scoring team in the first quarter than Utah. In their last 3, Utah has taken a significant step back from 29 to 26 points, but so is Utah. Utah is going, or so is New Orleans. They're giving you about 29 points, and now they're at 27 points. So in both aspects, the teams are taking a drop down, but New Orleans is still coming on top, scoring more points in the first quarter. So I do like New Orleans to win out this first quarter and cover it by a point. If you're only going to give me a half, I'll step on that. So I do like New Orleans first quarter. I will make that official play.
I like it, my man. I like it. Yeah, I'm kind of with where you kind of started off with, as well as Billy. I mean, yeah, the number is, a little small there. But I like the Pelicanos here, man. I kind of got in the way with them that first round against Phoenix. I'm going to ride this one. I think Utah is turning in the other way, and obviously the Pelicanos are turning in the right way. The matchup October 23rd, you touched on it, has a lot to do with it. You lose as a 9-point dog at home in OT by 1, so I feel like they're going to come back and, with a little bit of vengeance here. And the Jazz have been a fade, especially on a little bit of rest days too. They're 1-4, 1-4-1 ATS last 6 on 2 days rest, 2-7-1 ATS last 10 home games versus a team with a winning road record. So I think the Pelicanos are simply a better basketball team. Would I like BI out there? Absolutely. But they have shown that they can play some pretty good basketball without them. They're 5-1 ATS last 6, 13-4 straight up as a favorite, and 7-0 straight up last 7 basketball games. Give me the Pelicanos. You get -1.5, -110 at William Hill right motherfucking now. I'm going to go ahead and go to the window with that. I like that look. All right, let's get to the last basketball game on the card. We got the motherfucking Boston Celtics going into LA, La La Land, and we got the LA Lakers getting 3.5, 4 points here. 76% of the bets are on the Celtics, 82% of the money on the Boston Celtics. Obviously, there is no Al Horford. He will be back on the team Friday, I believe. There was a little rumor that Robert Williams would make his debut tonight. It's not happening. He will not play. The Celtics have lost 3 straight basketball games. This is the last game of a 6-game road trip. And we got the motherfucking LA Lakers with no Gabriel, have lost 3 out of 4 basketball games after winning, I believe, 8 out of 10. Kind of back to reality a little bit for LA. What we doing with this basketball game, Billy?
I like Anthony Davis here in this spot. It just seems like a good Anthony Davis spot. It feels like the any team that's starting Blake Griffin at the center position, I'm trying to Anthony Davis's rebounds are at 12.5 already tonight. So over 40.5 points and rebounds seems like the route to go to. But call me crazy, man. I if this was the beginning of the season and you gave me 3.5 points against the Lakers and it was 95% of the teams in the NBA, I probably would slam it here. So I'm going to have to roll with the Celtics, -3.5 here, full game. I know it's not the best spot here for the Celtics, but it's also not the best spot for the Lakers here. I like the Celtics to get the job done. Second half of this LA road trip, they're playing in the same gymnasium as they did in the last game that they played like dog shit against the Clippers. I think the Celtics are going to win this primetime game. They're going to get hyped up for it. Tatum and the boys love good old Kobe Bryant. So if there's a game Tatum's going to get up for and bounce back in, it would probably be against the Lakers here. Celtics are nothing for me.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. My first thought in this game was probably the Leprechauns, but then I started thinking, I'm like, man, Anthony Davis going to have a motherfucking field day tonight. He really should just play outstanding basketball as long as he don't get a tummy ache. I mean, how does he not get 25 or 15 minimum? What we doing this basketball game, Derl?
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, how these games are, man. With these, it just feels trappy to me. It really does. New Orleans kind of, I feel that way with the low number. Even the Bucks-Warriors game, that seems a little off to me. But this Lakers-Celtics game seems off to me as well. Now, do we just look at Boston at a buy low moment now and take them? Right? They got smacked against the Clippers. They got smacked against Golden State. I mean, this team is still a good team. Or do we just not play this team until we get Al Horford back? Right? Because we can see how big of a difference even old ass cousin Al makes playing a game over Blake Griffin. Right? So it's just one of these games, man, to where it feels like a lot of the people or side is going to be on Boston. I would be on Boston in this case here, but I'm a little afraid and I don't want to play it because you've got Blake Griffin starting, which is just the weirdest shit to me, see him start for a squad. So for right now, this is a no play for me as of right now. I might get to the window, but I just feel like taking Boston right now is too easy, and nothing's easy in handicapping these sports. So we'll see what happens. It's amazing that so much on the side is on Boston, and you're not getting a lot of movement in the number. Right, that's also kind of crazy to me. So for right now, I lean Boston, but that 3.5, man, can get tricky, and LA could do something. No travel, right? It is a back-to-back, but you in the same gymnasium, so it's no extra effort on Boston's end. They just leave their hotel and come back to the same arena that they played in last night, just different colors, So it does just seem like it's a Boston get right spot. I am afraid of that number, so I'm off for right now.
My man, shout out to Truth Teller with the first half, like in the first half under here. Well, if they play anything like they did in LA last night, the under should be very good. Should be a very good look, my guy. Appreciate you dropping your knowledge here. Mr. Always Prophet says, "Be kind to Blake Griffin, man. Come on, I don't know about that.
Oh wow,
he could get a little love in the rotation off the bench. But if you starting, bro, we might have to get in that ass. We might have to get in his ass a little bit.
You don't be starting.
I don't like the disrespect." AD. But yeah, I'm with you though, man. This shit feels trappy as fuck to me. My first thought was go to the window with the Leprechauns, and I'm like, man, I don't know why. It is a back-to-back in the same gymnasium, but this is the 5th game on a 6-game road trip. These boys have been playing some basketball. They had the Golden State game. I just look at it as like they're tired, man. They're tired. Are they ready to get back to Beantown? I mean, this if they're gonna get up for one game, it would be the Lakers with my man Billy touched on it, the Kobe factor with Tatum and all that, and everybody likes to get up for LBJ the way they be dancing and showboating on the motherfucker. So, I don't expect them to look past the Lakers by any means, but this game stinks like a motherfucker. And if I had to bet this basketball game, I do agree with Billy. I think AD probably is the best bet. But I feel like the Lakers have value here. It is a Lakers spot. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. It's a Lakers spot. They're rested. But, if Celtics play Celtic basketball, they could come out here in 3.5 is a very short number. But as I text this morning when I recap my plays, these motherfuckers left their game in Arizona because they ain't played no basketball since then. So they have not played what we've seen Boston Celtic basketball in Golden State or last night in LA. 2 horrible performances.
Does it feel like a look ahead spot? I mean, if you're in the NBA, you getting up for the fake LA team or the real LA team, man. I mean,
Man. Oh, they look ahead.
Big brother.
Yeah, I mean, they could be ready to rock and roll tonight. I mean, I don't want to bet the Lakers and be mad that I'm fading fucking Jason Tatum.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. Right. That's why I'm staying off this game. But I do see value there with the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I like AD here. If you want to bet this basketball game, man, just hope the AD is ready to rock and roll and ride with my guy Billy. And I hope this motherfucker gonna give you at least 28 to 30 minutes because he should eat against that front line of Boston. Before we get up out of here, though, it's Seat Geeks. Real quick, you guys want to catch some live events, the holiday, Christmas right around the motherfucking corner. You want to give somebody something, or you simply want to take somebody somewhere, or you want to get out the fucking house by your goddamn self. Go to Seat Geeks, check it out. You go to live concerts, college football, NFL, baseball's right around the motherfucking corner. It's all here. Go get some live events. One word, pub sports. It'll get you $20 off. Be sure to check it out. Seat Geeks. Nutflush Allen. Speaking of doing things and being with the family, Mr. Nutflush Allen, salute to you, my man. Happy holidays. Hopefully all is well with you and yours. Also, when it's time to fucking play some motherfucking action, you want some action, you want to press some buttons, go to Prize Picks. They're going to match you $100. Pub Sports Radio, match you $100, turn it into $200, and run it the fuck up. You could bet 3-point props. You could bet prayer props. Anything you want to bet, you can bet right there on Prize Picks. Check it out. Pub Sports Radio. They match you up to a hundo. Before we get up out of here, Billy, what's the motherfucking best look on the board, my guy?
Oh man, this is a hard one today. Seems like a prop heavy day. I think my favorite plus money prop of the day is going to be Mikal Bridges over 2.5 3-pointers. I feel like that should be at even odds. That at plus money is just something that's got to go on the card. But top look of the day, we're gonna roll with the Bucks first half here. We're gonna roll with Fear the Deer here. We're gonna get ahead and early on the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, man, I like that one. I like that one an awful lot. It's Derl, my guy. What's the most profitable play on the board today?
I'm gonna have to roll with the play I took early that I like, man. Sacramento proud, man. Sacramento, stand up. No longer the Sacramento Queens. Be the Kings that you are. Cover this 1.5. I think they win this first quarter outright. Sacramento Kings plus 1.5 first quarter.
I dig it. Everybody in the chat, if you would, before we get up out of here, let me know what the best look on the board to you is. I see some guys liking AD. Our boy Chris Rock liking that AD look a lot as well. I'm right with Billy, man. We in the same rotation today, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm all over the Bucks first half -2. I like that look an awful lot. I do have a couple other plays on the board, but if we talking what's the freshest look, it's Fear the motherfucking Deer early and often. Believe that. I think Giannis. Bobby Portis, the crew, Middleton getting his legs back underneath them. Gonna be a little too much for the King. So let's get it rolling. Excuse me, on this side. But yeah, let's get it rolling up out of here. True Teller, I see you. Yeah, yeah. Elliot V.
Dutch's freshest look of the day thing.
What's that, bro?
Do we still do the Dutch's freshest look of the day? The video thing.
Yeah. Sometimes Jose usually runs it for me, but we do it on the betting with the bag. I don't know if it's downloaded here though. But yeah, I do dig that video though. Vic, can you see it back there? Yeah, man, I dig it. I appreciate you, Vic. There you go, Billy. Elliot V, I see you, my man. True Teller. All the real ones in the chat. Spencer, everyone in the chat. We appreciate all y'all vibing out. Before we get up out of here, Derek, what we got going for the rest of the week, my man?
I'll be back at it. Large slate tomorrow, man. So I'll be definitely watching these games and doing the numbers tonight, and then back at it again on Thursday. Rinse, repeat. You know how we do, baby.
Yeah, man. Be sure to check out our guy on Betting with the Bag. Breaks down the whole motherfucking card in detail with JB. That's how he likes to do it. In detail. You know, each and every motherfucking total prop, anything, every game. Be sure to
Long-winded Wednesdays.
Yeah, right here on Pub Sports Radio. And he'll be back with me on a motherfucking Thursday breaking down a little small card. Billy, what else we got going for the rest of the week, my man?
Yeah, back here on NBA Pub Hub tomorrow. Good, the bad, the money with my boy Sharpie on Friday. And then last UFC card of the year, UFC Vegas 66. A lot of money to be made. A lot of people saying robberies are happening, but as long as you're on the right side, is it really a robbery?
That's what I say, man. Keep robbing as long as I'm on the right side of that motherfucker. I was saying kicking in my dog and fuck. No. It is the holiday season though, so everybody, become a member. Do something nice because support Pub Sports Radio. Also, our boy Jay Money is us against the motherfucking bookies vibe. I believe he's having 50% off all clothing up until the holidays. So get the motherfucking fellow capper motherfucking shirt. Support the motherfucking movement. Go to pubsports.com and get some motherfucking seasonings. Get a motherfucking. If you like the fanny pack, they got a fanny pack out there for your ass. If you like the fanny pack, not my thing. But hey, if you rock it,
it's good for the casinos.
Hey, if you rock it. Yeah. Rock it, all right? And put some weed in that motherfucker at least. Put something cool in there. Don't be having no gay shit in there. Because it looks a little suspect as already. I'm just saying.
Oh, come on, man. Don't hate on the fanny packs, dog. I'll rock a fanny pack.
You like the fanny, man. My homies like the fanny packs. I'm going to tell you the same thing when I see you. What the fuck you got in there, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, but I like a backpack, but I understand. The fanny pack, people like it, man. People like the purses too, man. It is what it is. I'm not here to judge. Do what you do, all right? But if you want a fanny pack, cop it from Pub Sports fucking Radio. Look just like this Derl, man, because he be looking fresh. I'm telling you, he do what he do with the fanny pack. So go to Pub Sports Radio, get you a motherfucking fanny pack. I know our boy Mr. Nasty Nate got a couple fanny packs as well. Hey, yo, D, I see you, my man. Nunya, I see you, my man. Bo Jackson. I'll be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. So stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.